And I'll meet you in whatever casual seated position you'd like. You can also sit on blocks. We are going to move in a minute, but let's say you wanted to kind of sit up on blocks. I love to use these. If you like to sit on your shins, but you're not sure you want to be all the way down, it's so nice to be up on blocks. And then just kind of relaxing the front of your ankles. Otherwise, any easy cross-seated position is wonderful to begin. Oh, my friends, I'm so happy you're here. It may have been a long week and it may have not been easy to get up and get moving this morning. So let's just take it really softly and mark the beginning of our practice once you get cozy with 3 big breaths, as big as you can make them, in through your nose and then out through your mouth, like a big sigh of relief that you have arrived. Twice more, see if you can make your next 2 just a little longer, perhaps an extra sip at the top, and then a big exhalation. I love it when you can feel that exhalation ripple down your body, really sinking into your supports. Sit up tall through your spine. On the inhalation, just a bit taller through your crown, and then exhaling with a deep sigh of relief, letting it all go. Almost as if you could leave an imprint here on your mat this morning. Fingertips come out to the sides. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Let your head hang for just a moment. And then fingertips up behind your head, not interlaced, just the tips of your fingers to your head. We're applying a tiny bit of pressure with our fingers and then a tiny bit of pressure back with our heads. We have a couple stretches today to help prevent or cure or alleviate any tension from tech neck, which many of us may be experiencing with working from home. So a little tuck of your chin, a little push back with your head, and equal pressure with fingertips. Arms rise to sky, lift your crown of head up, hands float back down, right arm rises, reach up and over a little more, then take your first 2 fingers, your peace fingers, right to the left side of your head to tip over to the right. I want to get really long in my left fingers so I can feel that beautiful combing sensation through the side of my neck. Maybe even down into the front of my shoulder. Lift your chin, ladies, as long as your neck isn't bothering you. Try to move a little bit and see what's a great place to land. Back to center, arms rise, breathe in. Tip on over to the right side, big breath in, peace fingers, I love that little peace finger sign, lift up through the right side of your head, and then tip over to the left, staying really long, open, bright, and energized in your right fingertips. See if you can wiggle your right fingertips out a little further, and then be playful today. We're going to explore all different ways of moving, twisting, bending, and looking in our postures. So here, maybe we start moving our eye gaze or our chin, see what feels good and new. Back to center, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, come on around the corner. Every transition today with grace and ease. There's no wrong way. We're gonna find a child's pose and then a tabletop. So ease your way on back in child's pose and try to find the most movement, exploring your lefts and your rights, ups and downs, tops to bottoms. When you get extended with arms overhead in child's pose, make fists with your thumbs up and your pinky sides down, and then pull back as strong as you can, hips away from fists, bowing your nose right down towards the floor. Tailbone pulls back from the top of your head, and let's breathe, ladies, so big into our backs that we could see almost like a jellyfish breath. Up under the ribs, up under the upper back. See if you can expand sideways out through the side bodies. If there's room for your navel to expand down towards the floor, and if you want to get a little more cozy, spread your knees a bit so you can inflate your belly more. One more breath. Coming back to normal breaths, let's start to lift our thumbs. Our whole fist is pressing long and lifting to the sky to warm our shoulders. Push and pull. Push and pull. Let's go for length today. In every stretch we make, height is secondary. We want to feel really good. And one more reminder about class is Our rule is to have fun. There is no special look we're going for. We're gonna do 3 more lifts here, ladies. We're just going for how it feels. Last big lift. Let your palms fall open. Child's pose eases that. Maybe give it a little roll through your belly. Shift your weight forward into tabletop. Do you want to tuck your toes or leave them untucked? If you do tuck them, reach back and see if you can get your little pinky. Mine doesn't really tuck under all the time, but it's nice if you can, or stretch out the bottoms of your feet. And then remember, the most movement you can find, long top of head through tail, earlobes to side body, shoulders to palms, and then just start to kind of rock and roll, warming up your wrists. If we ever get too tired in our wrists in the beginning, we can ease back and kind of rock and roll from here. If we want more, we shift our weight forward so shoulders are just in front of wrists. Then try turning either one hand or both out any degree and move a little bit here. Just breathing deep down into the wrists where we're feeling that sensation. If you just had one wrist flip-flopped like me, turn the other one. No expectations, it may not turn as much as the other. Spread your webbing wide, open your thumbs. Come on back to the center and either untuck or tuck your toes. If they were tucked and you need a little gentle relief, you can kind of tap the tops of your feet down. And then before we move on, ladies, a little wrist push-ups. Can you see me lifting the heel of my hand here? I'm gonna get really sticky and grippy in my fingertips, lifting heels of hands, letting them fall. All fingertips are down still. Lift and fall. If it's too much, one at a time. Lift here, release. Lift and release. Okay, let's breathe, ladies. Remember, if it's hard, you're gonna shift back to lift. If we want a little more, we're gonna shift forward to lift. 3 more. 2 more. Beautiful. As we come to rise, let's all tuck our toes. See if you can pause in a hovering tabletop, AKA turbo tabletop. Stay here, get strong in your belly. 1 more big breath, and we're gonna come up to a wide squat stance for a little bit of Tai Chi inspiration. I'm gonna turn to you. You turn any way that you can get really wide, and then climb up your body for a horse stance. Knees are behind toes, but it's a really soft-legged squat. Arms are gonna release, and you can do anything to release your hands, especially if we move the wrists. Little shake, baby bird flaps, shoulders release, and when you're ready, scoop arms to sky. Legs rise, inhale. Exhale. Try those breaths that we had in the beginning. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Eyes rise, following fingers if the neck agrees. And then we release back down. 1 more, my friends. Release back down, stay low in your horse stance. Not a squat, right? A squat would be here. We're just warming up, so we're easy. And then hands are somewhere on the thighs or on the knees. I'm gonna try to start tractioning my spine. So wiggle your toes, free up any facial tension. And then we're gonna slowly move our hands down our thighs to try to boost up in the upper body. Did you see that? So I was here. I'm gonna boost my upper body out. My shoulders may come up, that's okay. Lengthening out through my spine. Let the arms fall to wherever you're comfy and really stretch up and out of your lower half. Send body in 2 different directions. Feel that counterbalancing action and strength building. And then a little dip and sway in our shoulders. Drop your left shoulder. Drop your right shoulder. It doesn't have to be a straight arm, ladies. We could be doing a tiny little dip and a tiny little dip. Feel your sides and your back body under your shoulder blades beginning to stretch. Eye gaze always looks where the neck feels good, but I recommend taking a peek to the opposite big toe. And today, whenever you encounter tension or somewhere that just feels so delicious that you want to stay, feel free to hang on. Like I'm going to stay right here for a minute, kind of rock back and forth to get my right side released. I encourage you to do the same. Last big cycle of breath. Rising back up through the body, and again, soften the arms as you did before. Just shake them out. I know you're feeling warmth in your thighs. Hang in there, my friends. Arms rise overhead and pause. Lean to your right. Right arm pulls down, left arm pushes out like an archer. Sweep arms to center, rise, pause,
Lean to the left, side lunge, left arm down, right arm up like an archer. Try again. Inhale in the middle, lean right, archer to the left. Big breath in the middle. Inhale, lean left, archer to the right. In our Tai Chi inspired movements, our eye gaze is encouraged to follow fingertips. If your neck is bothering you or you're off balance, just do what I'm doing and keep your eyes forward and down on a nice still spot in your room. Let's try 3 more, my friends. Your pace, as fast or as slow as it feels good. We're gonna finish up on the right side. Big breath in, coming back into the center, and toe heel in just a tad bit that you can lift your left heel. Arms rise overhead, swing arms right. Center hold. Lift your right heel, arms overhead, swing to the left. Now at your pace with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Tai Chi inspired swing and wrap. Inhale. You're welcome to stay up high the whole time. Or if you feel really good, come down into a low lunge. Inhale, lift. Speed does not matter. Quantity, none of that matters. We're going for quality of movement. We want to feel really good. So here I'm helping us get tension shaken off of our ragdoll arms and spun out of our low backs. Let's try 2 more big breaths in and 2 more big breaths out. Last one, my friends. And down. Still yourself. Arms come down through heart center. Might feel a little sway, a little dizzy. That's energy. That's a good thing. Pop your feet together or toe heel or step. We're coming to the tops of our mats for sun salutations. Arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Find any fold that feels good, a little wider, maybe a little more balanced at the end of your week. And if you prefer any blocks or props, please grab those now. Folding deeply and just holding for a second. But my friends, be playful. So I may lift up on the heels of my feet. I may give a little swing and sway. I have 2 breaths here to try to find my way down into whatever forward fold feels the most beautiful and relieving. Halfway lift, fingertips either dangle. Come back behind our toes or they are feather light on our shins. Forward fold again. Right leg lunges back and take a kneeling lunge to just ease into your hips. Take a roll around, feel free to move your body, twist your body, shift hips back, half splits. If I have blocks, I could stay really high, low, or I don't need arms at all. You choose. Shift back, forward. Everyone please meet in child's pose. From child's pose, an angry cat. It's okay if your hands are a little in front of your shoulders here. It's just a pass through. A cow pose, top of head and tail rises. Back to child's or right up into downward facing dog. And give it a couple breaths, my friends. I encourage the wiggle. A couple breaths to just find your way into this down dog. Let's try to wrap our biceps forward, triceps back, so we're spinning internally through the arms. Pressing down through base of big thumb, big knuckle of the index finger. When you're ready, look on forward. We're breathing in to find plank, or we can find tabletop, a chaturanga, a tricep push-up. Kneeling or not, we lower our chest so slowly so we can be strong all the way to the floor. And then stretch out like a good morning stretch in reverse, all the way out overhead, toes, knees, and thighs lift. Arms clasp around low back, toes, knees, and thighs still lifted. For a tiny press, if we're unable to clasp our hands, act as if you're squishing a beach ball back there. Tuck chin, lift from back of neck, release and push back into child's pose. Give yourself a little swing and sway here and there if you like it. Otherwise, downward facing dog, big breath in. Right leg rises. Height doesn't matter. We want to go really long. But if you feel great with a big open hip, go for it. Eyes forward. Crunch your knee towards your right thumb if you get stuck. Help it forward. And then do that little hip play. Push, pull, circle it around. We're going to twist here too. Right arm rises. Inhale into a closed twist. Close your chest towards your thigh. Top arm falls, open twist. I like to put my right arm way far out to the side. Left arm rises, turning body away from front thigh. Top arm falls. Let's pull our back leg in. You could drag it or you can step it. You can lift it and then release into fold. Get a little bit closer, belly towards thighs, top of head hanging heavy, and then roll to stand. A super slow, luxurious, maybe a wiggly roll. So good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Yogis, round two. Let's fill our bodies with breath. Halfway lift on the inhalation. Exhalation, back to fold. Left leg lunges back. Kneeling lunge. We've done those on this other side. So if you feel now that you're a little ready for a bit different feel in our hips, let's keep it high. So that way, if we shift back, we'd be in wide pyramid. Very cool place today. Otherwise, if you're with me still on our kneeling lunges, we're in our half splits again. Shift back forward from lunge child. We're adding on that rolling cat combo, just a cat and then a cow. Shift forward any way you want. It doesn't have to be linear. Explore your rights and your lefts. Through cow, right to dog, or pass back through table and child's. Taking a break in either of those whenever it feels good. Roll forward. I'm gonna add on, ladies, from plank, kneeling plank, or tabletop, 2 push-ups. But we're gonna go all the way to the floor. Shift forward if possible. Slowly lower, pause at the elbows. To the floor we go. Untuck toes, lay totally flat, but then rise back up to plank again. Use a big exhalation. From there, right back down. And this time we get to stay. Reach arms overhead again. Lengthen as much as possible. Pull elbows back. And then let's lift from the back body. Toes, knees, and thighs on the ground this time. One more big breath in. Ease back into child's pose. Find your way up to downward facing dog, however that feels great. Move a little or a lot. Find stillness and deepen the breath. Left leg lifts. Push long, top of head through heel. Looking forward to try to land left foot right in between the thumbs. Help it if you need it. Kneeling lunge, always an option, but we're gonna twist here. Left arm rises. Closing our twist, right? Think about your shoulder towards your knee, your ribs towards your thigh. Top arm floats down, make it wide because this one's a wiggly one. Right arm rises, opening your twist. One more big breath. Lengthen side body, top of head through the bottom side especially, a little longer. Top arm down, how floaty, how gracefully can I arrive in my forward fold? Doesn't have to look good, yogis, just make it feel good. Tuck, roll to standing, inhale all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, I'm gonna make it a little different. Are you ready? Sink your buns down. Find your chair pose. Remember that a wider stance is a little more stable. If arms overhead anytime today get too tiresome, find your favorite place for your arms, okay? Sink on down. One more big breath. Any trouble with a low back, tilt your pelvis so the tailbone comes down, pelvis comes forward, and we lengthen. If it feels great, don't worry about changing a thing. Exhale, release into forward fold. Halfway lift, my friends. Inhale and find all the length, even in between each rib. Exhale, release. Right leg lunges back. We have our half splits or our wide pyramid pose, you choose. Shift back forward, right to child's pose. Take as much time as you need on every easy transition. Rolling cat. Really try to press the floor away. Then those sticky fingers you have, pull your chest through the window, right up to a scooping down dog. Roll forward for our push-ups. Are you ready for one more? We're so close to the end here. Come on to the floor all the way. Now I ask you to pause if possible at the elbows, then to the floor. Flatten everything out. Energize your in-breath. Big exhalation, push back. These are optional. You can stay on the floor, wait for us. One more round, my friends. To the floor we go. A little pause at elbows. We gotta get back up. 3 on this round. Ready? Exhale, push. With or without knees. It's hard, isn't it? All the way to the floor for a little airplane back bend. Come on down. Whew. Stretch out long. You deserve it. That was hard work. Sweep arms sideways if possible, all the way out. Reach the side walls. Lift up from the back of your neck, and the back of your arms, toes are energized. They're super bright, even the pinky toe pressing into the mat. Your knees and thighs may lift. Last breath. Upper locust, exhalation, slowly ease back to child's. Give it a little swing and sway if it feels right. Downward facing dog, scoop up to the sky. Right leg rises when you're ready. And then step on through, yogis. We have a lunge. It's low or high, you choose. Find your hips. Find your openness in your upper body. Closed twist, right arm rises. Now play with this arm this time. Maybe swing it around a little bit. Remember, if it's too high, find an option. When you're done, release and open your twist. So we're leaning off to the right to lift our left arm. And again, just kind of move around through your shoulder. See if you can find any tightness and then release it. Top arm falls, we forward fold. With a little extra this time, heels rise, tense your fingertips forward, bend your knees, optionally lifting with heels up. Rise all the way to extended mountain pose. This could take 3 breaths. It's gonna take me a while. I'll meet you guys there. Oh boy, still breathing, still trying. Unclench your toes. Smile in your face because yoga's fun. This is not serious. Rise up. Let your heels melt down. Last round of sun salutations, warming the body. Exhale, forward fold. Whew. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Well done, yogis. Left leg takes a long lunge back. One more time with wide pyramid. We can elevate front toes or not. Or kneeling half split. Remember, your fingers are wherever they feel good. Child's rolling cat-cow. Let's really press through. Pull through. Downward facing dog. Okay, this is our last round, but we have 4 chaturanga push-ups on this one. Now, my friends, if you have 0 interest in that, stay in down dog. I'll ask you to join us in a moment, okay? Otherwise, come forward. Second option would be to stay on the ground. 1 chaturanga push-up. You can stay here and begin the back bend, or take a little nap. Otherwise, when the breath is ready to come out, push back up. Slow this down. Get strong. So this is 2. I know we can do this. Exhale, rise. There's no rush. Shift forward for a little more to the floor. Last one, yogis. Shift back for a little less. Pause at the elbows. Stay strong. All right, we just have to get up one more time. Ready? Exhale, push. Give me all you got. Right back to down dog or pass through child's. That was nice, but I'm glad those are over with, yogis. Left leg, push hard. Push long, feel more. Look forward, let's crunch, land in our lunges. High or low you choose. Last twist, and we really get to explore here. Left arm rises, closing our twist. Can you get buoyant on your bottom arm? So it's less like a kickstand and more like a buoy. Maybe we move a little like we're listening to a great song at a concert. Top arm falls, right arm rises. I'm gonna lean way off to the left side to lift my right arm. And then give it that sway. Favorite song is playing. Maybe it really is playing in your background. I hope so. Top arm falls. Untwist. Take a second. Find your length. Step your back leg in. Hang heavy, yogis. Hang heavy. You deserve it. Give me a big nose shake of your head. As soft of knees as you need. Chest could be resting on your thighs. Finish with a giant yes shake. We are ready for action. And then chair pose. Any feet that feel great and supportive. Arms are coming behind low back. Right thumb is on top. Just a gentle clasp of your hands. Pushing palms but soft elbows and chasing the floor behind you if possible. Can you peel your shoulders open? Sit a little lower. Chair's gonna be our home base in a second. But for now, let's have a little bit of fun. We're stepping or jumping if you want. Your feet out wide. Ready? Okay, wide squat, right where we started. Once you get there, and you can toe heel or step. Right toes turn out, left heel turns back. Spread your arms long and just go like this. Settle in. You've arrived. Kind of like sea algae, like a blade of grass, like a pine needle, whatever speaks to you. Really soft. From here, yogis, fingertips are coming again for that tech neck prevention stretch. So we're gonna take our fingertips and kind of pull forward on our head, but about the same amount of intensity, I am pushing my head back. So we're gonna strengthen the muscles along the back of our necks here. At the same time, my elbows are opening, so my chest, my collarbones, everything feels open. Start tiny little pulses through your right knee, soft in the left knee, energized all the way through the inner left leg. And as you're pulsing down, remember, pulling knee out towards baby toe to align knee with hip. Unclench our right toes. 3 more big pulses. I got this. You've got this. As a team, we've got this together. Hold down, outstretch your fingertips. Optionally lifting your right heel. A little bit of balancing warrior two. And we're coming back, but this time for crunches. Let's take our right elbow past our right big toe. That's what we're thinking, because we're gonna keep our right side really long. So lengthen, as opposed to this one, guys, right? That's an old school one. We wanna go long, rise. So it's a little wiggly if you're up off of that right heel. Put it down whenever you need it. Still crunching for 3. Lengthening. We need a new word for crunches. How about like core cinching, core strengthening? Because we're not really crunching anything. Arms out, heel falls. Relax your shoulders. Check in with them. If I open my palms, does that feel relieving in my shoulders? Opening. Hands come down through center. Toes turn in. Sink down for a second and just shimmy out any tension. Arms rise for lover's hands. So instead of this clasp, we're gonna twist our palms if possible. Lover's hands overhead. Palms can be together, like a little prayer hand, or you can clasp. Sink low. Now I know your right thigh is really fired up. Hang in there, yogis. Low sinking, unclenched toes, tip to the right side, but lengthen and tip. Center. Tip over to the left. Lengthen and tip. Nice. So here we go in the center. We're gonna lift our upper body, then tip. Now what are our legs gonna do? They're gonna go like this. Oh, this is easy. We want to recognize that happening, and if we can, sink down into the depths of our power. Lift it, lengthen, tip. Just one more each way. Feels good, doesn't it? Creating new space to breathe into. Arms come down to clasp left thumb, on top of right. Press back and open again. Stay low. One more breath. I know you've got this. Left toes turn out. Right heel turns to back. It's okay if you're a little short. We could just wiggle out. We want to be about 2.5 body lengths long. Feeling okay? Want a little manual adjustment, kind of opening here. I love to do that. Really feel the openness. Check in and make sure what you're thinking is happening is really happening. Softening, energized inner thigh, arms spreading long. Okay, once we get our arms out and they're really soft and gooey, lengthen with each breath, send the left knee down, and even just a tad bit. Oh, it makes a big difference, doesn't it? Down and kind of towards the pinky toe. Because this starts to happen. My knee wants to come in. We want to align the knee and hip. Find length. Wiggle through left toes. Little smile, upturn corners of mouths. That makes everything easier and more fun. Pause. Fingertips come again to back of head. That tech neck stretch. So we're going to push up. And as I do that, this whole upper body whoosh, opens. Lift your left heel if you can. Uh-oh. Y'all ready, guys? A little, what do we want to call them? Ab lengthening. Exhale to rise. Inhale to take the left elbow whoosh, past the left toes. Exhale, rise. Inhale. Quality over quantity. If you do 4 long, beautiful, stress-relieving lengtheners, cool. We're just going to take another couple of breaths. Doesn't matter how many more you can squeeze in here. 2 more, yogis. Last big breath in. Come back, soften. Let your left heel melt if it was still elevated. 2 thumbs up for yourself. Literally give yourself a thumb up. Stretch your thumb. There's always a reason. And then let the arms fall. Turn toes back in. Sink your buns. The opposite clasp if you can. So just go however is habitual for your lover's hands overhead that we just did. And then see if your brain, I can't even figure it out, you guys. See if you can switch the way you're clasped. Oh, I did it. I had to look at it. So once you get it, relax down into this. A little different this time. If we can keep elbows by ears, great. Tip forward. Press sits bones and tailbone back. Knuckles, top of head and shoulders to knee. Inhale, rise. This is very difficult, right? You're gonna build up your strong muscles along either side of your spine. So I'm on hand options. Arms overhead is a doozy. Now let me see how much length I can get. Like I have my hands again, pushing towards my knees. Open inner thighs, hands behind is also an option. With your breath, we have twice more, my friends. Inhale, exhale. Last one, big inhalation. Big exhalation. Arms come in. Holy cow. Shake out your arms. Right toes turn out. Left toes turn in, but this time all the way over to the right side in lunge. Arms lift up and overhead. And then any option for warrior three. So I'm shifting my weight forward and getting powerful in right leg, attempting to just rise through back leg. I have such great options. I love a good supported warrior three, guys, because then you're not worried so much about your balance. You can think about your twist through the left hip towards the floor. Push out long through left leg. If you want to make it really difficult, reach arms overhead. Oh, I have a wall in my way, which I love wall yoga, so that feels great. Or any option with the arms. Starting to pulse your back leg. Yogis, if left toes are on the ground, a little inch up, a little inch back down. Inch up, inch back down. If you're at hip height, same thing. More length than there is height. Find the push left heel away from top of head. Breathing, filling up, lifting through the up dog in your chest. Belly in. If possible, we're staying for one more exercise in warrior three. Start to bend your supporting leg and rise. Bend your supporting leg and rise. Single-legged warrior three squats, so nice if you have your blocks, but I want you to try to be buoys. So we're not gonna press out of our blocks. We're using our right cheek. You have three more, yogis. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one. Step into chair, sink your buns, lift your chest, arms rise, and then thank your right cheek for the strength and power. And if it needs some love, give it a pat. Give it a rub because it worked really hard. Sink down, take a second. All right, let's do a little downhill skier. We're ready to face this last challenge head on, yogis. Reach arms to me, load your chair pose, sweep them behind you, up dog in your chest, and then send your chest forward. Like you are brave enough to tackle any challenge. Tuck your chin. You're like a bullet speeding down a mountain. Fingertips could shoot fireworks behind you. One more big breath in. Back into chair pose, inhale, rise. And the same way we stepped out earlier, toe heel, step, step, or a little jump. It's just fun, ready? Let's do it. Okay, last challenge. Sink down, find your width. Relax any tension up top. Left toes turn out. Right heel to back. Let's turn around into lunge. All right, here we go, warrior threes. Give me the most balanced, strongest warrior you've got. Shift your weight into left foot. Lift up through the back leg. And then if we feel like we have a hard time squaring in warrior three, use your supported option. Worry about your hips. We really want to feel the outer left thigh here. So when you're ready, guys, warrior three coming at you. Right heel is lifting and lowering, whether it's coming from the floor or anywhere up to hip height. Try to flex toes, get them really bright and push long. Three more. Unclench anywhere that we can afford. Last one. Single-legged squats in this warrior three. Up dog in the chest. Find length in your sides. Bend your left knee. Rise to sky. Inhale. Exhale. Wiggle through the left toes. Where can I release to gain more strength? If I'm clenching and holding on in my hands, my faces, that makes it really hard to get through this. Two more big ones. Inhale and exhale. Last one, chair pose. Welcome to drop arms if we need to. Welcome to do a little bit of that. Get your poor left leg free. Give it some love. Be really thankful for a strong side body. And when you're ready, my friends, balancing challenge is on. Remember earlier when I said chair would be home base? There we are. So let's sink down. When you're ready, arms rise overhead and then out to our sides. Now check in here. If I feel like this, I want to find a way to open my thumbs, 2 thumbs up, or maybe spin whole palms to get more broad across the top. Right knee rises. Now we have options. So I'll show you the first one, figure 4 chair. If we can't get ankle bone across the thigh, toes across the pinky, sinking into chair. Arms are gonna stay so strong. I know you can do this. Tell yourself right now, I am balanced, I am coordinated, I am strong. Right knee rises. Stand up tall and extend your leg forward. This could be from the floor to the floor in front, right? Breathe. Sweep your leg out to the side, finding a star pose. The star will change every time. It's a little bit of fun here, guys. Airplane pose. Wings are long, toes track behind me. I could have them on the floor, and I'm gliding the nose of my plane up and out. Right back to chair pose. Arms stay the same. Sink. Beautiful, guys. Inhale, arms overhead. Stay strong, I know you can. Same leg, right leg is rising. Same place, figure 4 chair. Options galore. You do what feels best for you. Arms stay where they are, leg extension forward. Here or here. Breathing. Shaking is good. That means we're pushing past comfort zone. Up here, out wide, lift and lengthen. Really let your fingertips pull you skywards here. Airplane again. This time, kind of like a warrior 3, sweep the arms back into airplane. Push everything towards the wall behind you. Get back into that rocket posture. All the way back into chair, arms back overhead, 1 breath. They fall forward, reach to me, coming out from shoulder height, still in chair. Last round on this leg, you're ready? Determination is key here. Right knee rises. Breathing, figure 4. You know, after the hard stuff, all the relaxation comes, so hang in there, yogis. Arms stay, extend forward. It doesn't have to be a lot. Length is our secret here. Sweep out to the sides. Beautiful. Now stay lifted as if someone's pulling you forward, pulling you up and out to the right side. And then we find diving airplane. So if we found our airplanes a moment ago, body and right thigh parallel to the floor, start to dive your nose towards the floor, your right toes and your fingertips up to the sky, fingertips under, supported diving airplane, or almost like a standing split. Cool. Rise when you're ready, yogis. Arms back forward, chair pose. Yes, we did do that. Fingertips down. Give yourself a little dance party, a little shake, a little wiggle. How about a pat on the back? Because that was really good stuff. We are sinking back to chair. We have these 3 rounds on the left leg. I know that you can do this. Arms rise. Now, somehow, release somewhere. Maybe it's just close your eyes for a moment. Reset. Reconnect with your breath. We are ready. Arms at sides. Stay low. Left knee rises. All of the options. Cross over. Figure 4 chair. Sit low. Check in again here. If I could come to you and take your shoulders and peel them out, see how you can manage that without my help. Roll. Open, smile. Even if it's not here, it can be here. Your collarbones. Leg extends forward. Stand if possible. Open bright toes. Wave to me with your toes. That's awesome, isn't it? Coming out to the side, guys. Now here goes. So we kind of get hunkered a little, right? So this is your moment to just go and open up like the freshest flower in bloom. Arms stay, true airplane wings. Sweep back. My toes could be on the floor for every airplane. I could be like this, encountering some turbulence. It's fun. Just make it happen, guys, however it feels great. Square your hips if it feels right. Gotta figure out what your plan is for today. How do I want to feel? Arms stay, rise, sink into chair. All right, ready for round 2? Lift up your arms. Feel your whole side body lengthen. Left knee rises. Figure 4 chair. All right. Sit in those wobbles. They feel good, right? If you have a funky pain in your knee, check out a weird foot. Might do that. So we're going to always flex strong and stamp the full foot, all 4 corners, on the side wall here. Keep the arms. Leg extension. Are you able to? This is a great leg extension. So is this. You choose what you want to do, how you want to feel. Right out to the side. But let's go from little to the biggest, strongest version of us. Big in the left side. Yes, I'm feeling it too. Big in the low back. Arms sweep back. Airplane pose with fingertips towards your tail, your left toes, or your left flexed foot. Now, how long can I get shoulders from earlobes? Top of head through tail, tuck chin, wrinkle free in back of neck. We're made it to our final round. Come on back to chair. Arms to the sides, one breath here. Okay, here we go, guys. Arms rise. Fall to me at shoulder height, reach out long, sink back in your chair, stay low, left leg rises, good strong flex, crossover. Hopefully I'm feeling here full left and full right side. That's another thing, a truly flexed foot helps me equally stretch. Forward we go, arms stay right there. Move with slow grace, ease, and confidence, building by the second. Sweep out to the side, arms stay. Now come up, oh, like you're hugging something precious. It's just so soft up top, long and luscious. Diving airplane, you wanna go for it? Fingertips sweep back, squared hips or not, don't care as long as it feels good, yogis. We can also support fingertips under the shoulders. Point your toes. Maybe make it a standing split if you wanna grab your right ankle. Somehow, some way, we've gotta get back to the top. Big breath in. Sink the heels, arms rise, last chair. Exhale, release the arms. Wow, well done, guys. Rise up. Give it a shake. Holy right leg. Whatever your legs need, whatever your shoulders and your hands need, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold, and just hang there for a second. Woo, stretch out your back, a little swing, a little sway. When you're ready, yogis, right leg is stepping straight back, all the way back. So I want you to wiggle, 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 or toe heel or knee toes all the way back. Take your hands inside your left big toe, and then same thing here, toe heel wide though, even if you come off your mat. Another great time for blocks or pillows. Oh, it would be so nice with a pillow. Just coming into lizard lunge, but let's get playful in our hips again, get playful in your shoulders and your upper bodies. So you decide how you want to be. Everywhere is a really great but different option. Could come down, could come out, I could rise. Just want to stretch really deeply into my pelvic bowl, but at the same time, like I'm stopping the flow of urine. So I'm not dumping out through my underside. I'm pulling up and in like a hammock is hugging all of my organs up and in. If you're on hands anywhere, not this, we're gonna go really light and buoyant. Top of head pulls long, we're soft wherever we can afford it. If your left knee is flopping out to the side, that's great, as long as you feel like you have stability. So we want a really good flexed foot instead of a banana ankle, okay? So if it kind of looks like this, let's really flex instead, allowing it to fall out, but all those options are great. Another big breath in here. You can get to our next posture anyway, it feels great. When you're ready, I like to walk off to the right a little bit. I'm gonna tuck my right toes and I'm pulling back leg in to sit. Right leg is down. Leaning back so I'm not forcing, I'm leaning back and seeing where does my left foot wanna go? Cross in front, cross over. You could be seated in bound angle. Whatever feels good. Let's try to have our left leg on top or in front. And once you're back to seated tall, scoot your buttons so your sits bones are free and clear of flesh, as is your tailbone. When you get ready, arms rise. Exhale, fingertips behind you. I turn mine towards my toes, and then we're gonna lift up, press pelvis and knees forward. Yogis, if we need it, we can have our blocks or our pillows, whatever you have prop-wise to support us wherever we feel we need it. Now look up, try to open your throat, breathe a helium balloon up and under your collarbones and just feel your heart soaring here. One more big breath in, really press knees down and forward, opening the front body. And then do the opposite, kind of come up slowly, crawl your body forward like a creeping tiger reach. I like to go super lazy tiger where I can't get enough reaches. Alternatively, if you want something soft and wonderful under your belly, we could just hug in here. Make a pillow with your forearms, rest here. Soften up through your jaws. Bottom drops from top. Tongue rests heavily on back of bottom teeth. And then all four corners of your eyes, top, bottom, left, and right, soften and deepen. Last breath, possibly blinking your eyes closed, blocking out any external stimulation. Use your hands to rise really slowly. Make it kind of a ooey gooey groovy rise. Lean back again. Allow your legs to uncross themselves. So we get out of the habit of taking and pushing and forcing, and we just allow. If it needs some help, sure, help it off. Gonna do anything that our body's craving right now and try to rise to reverse tabletop. Let's think about our shoulders. So I like to rise a tad and just kind of see where I am. So if I'm really slumpy, I'm gonna try to maybe turn my fingers out a little bit, soften the elbows, open body. Too tough, guys, stay low. Take one more big breath in. Now you don't have to transition this way. This is just a super fun one. Turning over like you're a little crab. Pushing back to down dog. But listen, if you just want to hit your buns on the floor and turn over, we're going to find down dog to get into our other lizard side, okay? Rise on up, take a second. Look forward and take a giant step forward with your right leg. Sink into lizard. Try to walk your back leg back as much as possible. Right heel under the knee, and then we toe heel out wide, both hands coming into. Sink hips. Oh, it feels nice. Wherever you want to go. Reach, twist, open with a flexed foot. Come down and hang out. Make like a supermodel pose. Now let's think about the bottom side. Really pull everything up and in, like you're stopping the flow of urine. Navel draws tight into spine, a little zip tie action there. It'll help us protect our low back, and it gives us a nice ab workout, the transverse abdominis, like fingers wrapping around and corseting in your waist. Sometimes your body will start to let you in. I know we can't stay very long, but the right outer thigh, do we feel sensation there? Moving slowly, paying attention. One more big breath, this time light on the fingertips if possible. Let it sink down, gravity take over. And then how can we get our left legs in? We're gonna come to seated, right? So whatever you need, guys, if you need to come to kneeling and swing around that way, cool. Otherwise, just lift up through left toes, bring that down, lean back to allow your legs and hips to make the decisions wherever you wanna be, okay? I would like your right leg to be on top or forward, unless you found band angle, and that's just great. Move a little bit, scoot a bunch. If you're grabbing, gently pull the flesh out from under sits bones. Take a big moment to lengthen. Any props we need before we scoot hands back. And then everything opens from your throat all across, left to right, down to the tips of kneecaps, even through the tips of your energetic toes. If your neck feels a little cranky, try not to drop it back so far. Just stay long, top of head, through your spine. On your next inhalation, start to climb your way back up. And then just as ooey and gooey as you like it, stretch out long. If that doesn't feel great and you'd rather stay, we're just trying to release the back. Act as if you're a heavy Afghan and you're just gonna drape yourself over the side of the couch. Take this time to check in with your facial features and see if there's anywhere we can let go. I love to see your notorious spots for wrinkles, furrowed brows, 11s in between eyebrows, all those beautiful lines that tell stories around the corners of our eyes. And then to simply let go more, envision them completely melting together, creating this beautiful, smooth, flat surface, and all those worries, all those to-do lists, all those thoughts melt right off your chin. Let them drip down and leave a heavy imprint here in the mat this morning. Next exhalation will help you rise. We're again gonna come back and let our legs and hips do the talking. So reach back, and if you get stuck because you were there for a while, feel free to help yourself. But otherwise, legs come out. If you'd like, we can do reverse plank. So we would try to go with straight legs. We're right back to where we were, heels under hips for reverse tabletop, listening to our shoulders and our chest. Whatever you decide, even a little bit goes a long way. We could kind of hammock ourselves around, blow in the breeze. If you're in reverse plank with me, you're gonna try to press your big toes down. You can certainly have your toes lifted too, however you feel really great, and you're welcome to let your head fall back. Take another breath. On the exhalation, coming to seated. One last time, we're gonna scooch around, finding staff pose. Legs out here. All right, for this staff pose, I want you to think a little differently. Rather than shoving your feet forward, I want you to brighten up your toes. If you need a little blanket roll or a little pillow under your knees so they don't hyperextend, then actively think about lifting your right cheek and pulling it back. Lifting your left cheek and pulling it back. So we're lengthening through the back body. Instead of pushing, we're pulling and allowing, okay? Anything you need is props. Under your belly is a nice spot too. Rise through the arms. Hands come down by your sides. Give yourself an extra boost. Then lift your chin like you're super proud and confident. Thrust it forward as long as you can be, and then allow yourself to just let go. Do open your mouth and have that big sigh come out. It feels so good. So when we're here, it's gonna be somewhere in between a walk in the park and a hike up a mountain. We don't want this to be the easiest place we've ever landed, but not so difficult and stressful that we're clenching and barely hanging on. Somewhere where we feel something happening, but like kind of right at the edge of breaking a sweat on a hike. Move and groove a little, lengthen your sides. Take one more big breath in, yogis. I like to move on the out breath. So you decide how we're gonna rise. Out breath is a great place. Hands come back under shoulders. And then I like to make it hard to roll down. So if you want, start to roll back here, all the way to the floor, or you can certainly bend your feet. Bend your knees, put your feet flat. Hold your shins, the backs of your thighs, your knees, and then roll down towards your backs. Oh, good stuff. Hug your knees to your chest. Take your nose in towards your knee so you're in this tiny little ball, and then start to gently rock side to side. You may even topple all the way over to one side when your back is really rounded like this. But it feels great after a hard practice, right? Let your head fall. Let your shoulders and knees come out wide so your whole back body just spread like butter in a warm pan. And then roll again. Oh, safer? But it feels a little different, and it might feel like, oh, you get a spot, you gotta stay there for a second and kind of roll around. When everything feels so good in your back, close your knees. Options, my friends. Arms are coming to the sides, toes are tapping down, we're scooting hips to the right to drop knees to the left, but do you wanna wrap your right leg over first? Wherever you go, when knees fall to the left, look down and make sure your hips are right underneath your shoulders. Arms spread wide, and your eye gaze goes to the right side. See like a washcloth wringing out sensation? Give your internal organs lots of huggy love. Breathe and get everything moving this morning. And then as we finish up class today, we're gonna envision a little breath practice you can take with you. Envision a diamond. Top of your nose, tip of your nose is the top of your diamond. Just under your navel, bottom of diamond. Very side of each rib cage are the lefts and the rights. So as you're twisted even, try to breathe and evenly inflate each section of your diamond. Top, bottom, left, right, all areas in between. If you have a really sensitive back, I would like you to come to the fetal position and then rock up as one unit. You're welcome to stay longer, but when you're ready, Eyes come back to center, shoulder girdle presses down. Uncross legs if you'd like, and then just rise to center. Scoot buns right back under shoulders. Take a moment and just breathe into those beautiful benefits. Twists at the end are so nice. And with toes down, scoot your hips to the left. Take an option, left leg can cross over for like a little eagle twist. Arms are pressing down and we're going over to the right side. If we want to prop our sides up, go for it. Something under the knees is really nice here. Shoulders wide, eye gaze left. And then we're revisiting our diamond breath, but this time putting a count to our breath. So anything that's comfortable and sustainable for you. I prefer 4 seconds myself. So I would inhale for 4, 2, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue with that count just so you can stay really present and focused. If you can make it longer, great. Last big breath in here. On your exhalation, eye gaze comes back up. Remember our fetal position if our backs feel very sensitive. Uncross legs to make it a little more friendly to rise. Eyes at ceiling, roll back up. Just take a moment with feet down to feel any effects from the twist, from your practice as a whole. And then I really love to finish an extended butterfly pose. If you'd like to prop up your spine and the back of your head, you could make it more like a heart bench, or you can just come with me. Soles of feet come together, arms sweep overhead, palms or wrists or forearms lay together. So our knees and our elbows can flop out wide like we're a butterfly. And then we would prop ourselves up anyway. If you have another position that you enjoy more, please feel free to take anyway to spend the last few minutes of your class. We're revisiting diamond breath. Re-envisioning the tip of our nose just under our navel and as wide as we can go on each side body as our diamonds. Earlier, we breathed like jellyfish. So if you like something softer than a diamond, you can certainly envision anything that makes sense to you to just really breathe equally, evenly, expansively. As you're winding down today, take a little scan through your bodies. Most importantly, being so grateful for your dedication to your practice, for arriving, and then for all of the beautiful ways you wiggled, all of the beautiful ways you may have wobbled, especially in our big balance challenge today. The ways you stretched long and you breathed really big, for all of the beautiful things that just happened. If there are any areas that are still particularly tight or they have a little bit hanging on, let's send our next few breaths right down there. Reinvigorate, re-energize those areas, and allow your exhalation to carry the tension away. If you're tiring of your counted breaths, it may be really inspiring at the end of practice, in the beginning of our day maybe, to use some mantras. I like to breathe in anything that works for me that day. Things like, I am worthy. I am whole. I am enough. Continuing with any words or mantras that really are meaningful to you. Most importantly, yogis, knowing that
We don't need to chase joy. We don't need to chase happiness. It's all in us. We don't need to chase or search for love. It's deep within us, and my favorite part of our yoga practice is finding it, digging deep enough to pull it out. All we have to do is just slow down enough to let it catch up to us. When you feel really ready, I encourage you to stay as long as you can in your resting posture. But if you're feeling ready to move forth with your day, you definitely will be putting the best foot forward from here on out. Well done, yogis. Coming over softly. Maybe you're rolling out of something to your side and finding seated, or moving away any props to find seated. When you do, let's join our palms together in this beautiful gesture of appreciation, not just for your practice. Personally, I'm just super appreciative for your practice, everyone as a whole, our community practice and our community breath. Yogis, the light in me honors, acknowledges, is very humbled by and grateful to have spent the hour with the light that is in each and every one of you. Namaste, my friends. I hope you all have a beautiful Friday and a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to see you next week.